Hey everybody. Today I want to talk about self-will. I didn't know what it was when I first got sober. I could put two words together and figure it out, but I never really knew the meaning of it. And I didn't realize that it was running my life. Our minds go constantly from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, and things are still on our mind as we're going to sleep. And it runs our life. It ran mine. With that, you can't really gain any peace because it doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just how we're made up. We are made up to think we're intelligent beings. We're the most intelligent on this planet, we think. And someone sat me down when I was first sober, a sponsor of mine who was a very, very smart man. He was a counselor, and he lived on the streets. And he told me, he said, if you're not doing any meditating or praying or, and I was doing that, but I wasn't doing it to the full extent of what he was talking about, and a lot of others were talking about. Um, if you, and this goes if you're an alcoholic and not an alcoholic, if you're a perfect human being, this is something you should practice anyways. We're always somewhere else. Our mind is somewhere else. When we're driving, we miss turns. We do all kinds of crazy things during the day. We're wearing two different socks. Our mind is not on what we're doing. It takes a bit, but you have to learn on focusing on where you are right this second, where you are right this minute, where you're going to be next the next minute, and it doesn't go any further than that. And an old sponsor told me this. He sat me down and showed me something very simple. He said, letting go will change everything. And that's what the problem is. We're holding on, we're trying to control. Our self will is trying to run our lives, run everybody else's lives, and it's just too bad that we operate that way. And it has nothing to do with alcoholism. Everybody does it. Alcoholics are worse at it because we drowned ourselves into a stupor. Drug addicts the same way. But for me, letting go changes everything for the better. And I found that out really quick. It will change your life. And this is the beginning of peace. When I first started doing this, it felt like taking off a winter coat on a warm day. It was like, wow, this is the beginning of peace. When you practice this, this is the beginning of a door that can be opened into meditation. People don't like that word. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to sit with their thumbs touching their fingers. I don't do that. Some people do, and they get a huge benefit from them. I hope they are getting an enormous benefit. But I do know this is very helpful, and it's very important. The quiet is where all the things meet. The quiet is where you get your answers. When you let go and push all of this away, the answers start to come. And sometimes if you manage to let this go, most of the time, eventually the answer will come. But we're always trying to muscle it. And muscle it never works. Maybe once in a while, but for the most part, it's failure. We're always trying to maneuver, muster, change, pull, push. The quiet is where it begins. And the thing that kept me coming is focusing on the present. And I said, I think I found something. And I was afraid to even mention it to people that I knew and people that told me this. But if you do that, the peace will meet you there. You're going to start to discover peace. And the best part of the whole thing is things will start to come together. And when they start to come together, you're just going to open your eyes and say, wow, I really just let go of that. and it fell right into place. And that amazed me. And I didn't tell anybody about it. I just kept it to myself. I keep my spirituality to myself. I don't tell anybody what I believe in, who I believe in. I just try to be a better person for everybody. And that always pays in dividends. Always. You're never conniving, mustering, trying to change, trying to get more out of people, even in the tiniest ways. We learn how to start turning that around. And then, and only then, is when we will start to get what we really want. And what we really want is nothing more than peace. All this stuff that we buy, it's not going to make you a happy person. It took me years to figure that out. Even in sobriety, I realized that doesn't bring happiness. Happiness is all about peace and contentment, and that's where you want to go. When I got honest with myself and I learned how to quiet my mind, then and only then is when things started to happen. My name is Larry McDonald. This is the 6th video of a series. If you can, start from the beginning and watch them all to get you to this point. And leave a message if you like. Subscribe. Thumbs up on the video. Thank you so much.